Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu, and I'll bring you guys my trial number 3, which is the point of view, and this is the part of the Caster's Trial sponsored by Caster's Network, so huge shout out to that group, even though it's technically still a self shout out. And guys, I'm going to let you know ahead of time for all the future casters that are going to be doing the Caster Trials if you still desire to do so, and for all the viewers who are expecting something super exciting, this trial is designed to be extremely boring, and it's the purpose of this trial, just letting you guys know ahead of time, the purpose of this trial is for the commentators themselves to make this a little bit more exciting, because I'm going to be locked, the caster, I'm going to be locked on the POV of one person, and I got to find something to talk about for however long this game lasts. And judging by the luck that I've had with the last 2 trials, this game is bound to last for 70 minutes. So just let you guys know ahead of time, once again, to all the future casters that might want to do the caster trials, and to all the viewers who are about to watch this video, this trial is, yes, it's about explaining a lot of things that are technical about the game. That's the point of trial number 3. And also, it's about making it more exciting than it probably is going to be. So, just pretend I didn't tell you guys that, but that is what's going to happen. That is what's expected to happen. So,
time for
on this trial, I'm going to go ahead and follow Storm Spirit because he's going to likely play mid. Actually, no, I want to follow Bloodseeker. Nah, that's going to be boring, isn't it? Who would be the most excited to follow? I don't know. Okay, Storm Spirit. Alright, I'll follow Storm Spirit. Locked on Storm Spirit. Spectator chat, turn that off. And hide this viewer thing. So, we shall see how this goes. So, this game is officially in control of the Storm Spirit. And my goal is to talk about as much as I possibly can while locked on his POV. One thing I will allow people to do is I will allow you to temporarily switch over to another person if you want to check their items or something. But make sure you stay locked on one person for like 90% of the cast for everybody in the future. So anyway, so we got a Storm Spirit running mid. Not too terribly sure what he's going to be going for. Look, I think he has a bottle in his selection, so I guess that's accurate. Which makes sense. Storm Spirit will be playing mid. Not going to be going for no fast null talisman type stuff to help out with his extra stats early on, which I have seen a few times where I've seen a Storm Spirit build like null talisman and then Tango and then build a bottle afterwards, which honestly I'm not a huge fan of it, because a full no talisman or full bracer or full wraith band, unless you're playing like a shadow field, which it kind of makes sense because you want to get the extra damage, but those things in general aren't really as cost efficient as iron branches. Like it's a lot of technical things that go into this, which is the whole point of this cast, so I guess I can talk about it now since I'm not going to be looking at anybody else. Actually, I need to do introductions first. Let's do free camera. Alright, sorry guys, I'm going to break away a little bit because I'm going to do introductions. Starting off on the side of the Raident, we have on the Storm Spirit who I'm going to be following. We have Supernova. Moving over to Bloodseeker, we have Brittany Hart on him. On this Lifestealer, we have Frog Style on that Lifestealer. Moving over to this Mirana, we see Miliac Sucks Will Meet, or Well Met on Mirana. And last but not least, on this line, we see a lot of E's and a Q on that line. Moving over to the dire side, we see Noritai on that Slark. On this Rubick, we see, well, less than F, or angry face, lols. Moving on to this Abaddon up top, we see Trash Cannabis Extraordinaire on Abaddon. And on this Ogre Magi, we see Bim Bam on him. And last but not least, on this Windranger, we see Spin on her. Now guys, let's continue with our regularly scheduled programming and get locked on Storm. Alright, so like I said, this whole entire cast, I had to think about things to talk about. So, one of the things I was going to talk about was the difference between Bracer Talisman, Wraithband versus Iron Branches, which, yeah, at the end of the day, the Null Talisman that builds into... Oh crap, I can't bring up the items? No way. Oh boy, that's going to be a problem. Alright, I guess I'll bring up the old Google on the side, then you guys get to see some laggy video. I have a lot of tabs open. It's not healthy. Let's close all this Killer Instinct stuff. No, not YouTube, Google. Alright. So I got oodles of lag. I can't really bring out the shop. That makes me a little bit sad. Wish I could. Well, I guess it's the nature of this trial. Anyway. Excuse me. Oh, let me bring out the shop. I'm trying hard to bring out the shop. So what I was going to say was that a Null Talisman, Wraithband, and a Bracer, they give you 3 of every stat, and they give you 6 of one. Well, sorry, they give you 3 of the other stats and 6 of the main one. So for a Null Talisman, they give you 6 of Intelligence and 3 strength and 3 agility. So that's entire, was that 12? That's 12 stats total. Whereas Iron Branches, they give you one of every stat. Or sorry, they give you one of every stat per branch that you get. Which, if you add that up, that is a whole entire 3 stats per branch. And if you get 6 of those branches, you get 12 stats, which you don't have room for. But 6? No, that's too many. That's 18. Sorry, you need 4. You need 4 of those branches to get 12 of those stats. So at the end of the day, 4 branches is better than a whole entire Null Talisman or Wraith Band or Iron Branch. That said, Iron Branches take up a lot of inventory space. Like 4 slots for 12 stats is not the best thing in the world because, I mean, you don't have that much room. So really, all at the end of the day, it depends on how you want to build, but still, it's more or more cost efficient to go for the Iron Branches because you figure a Null Talisman costs. You figure a Null Talisman costs 485 gold or something like that, so save about 500 gold. Whereas 4 Iron Branches will only run you about 212 or something like that, which is not horrible at all. I mean, that's a great deal for those stats. So, cost for cost, I mean, you get more stats with the Iron Branches, and so you get more evenly distributed stats. As we see Storm Spirit taking a whole bunch of damage from Rubick. Rubick trying to prevent Storm from picking up that rune because he knows he wants it. So, Angry Face doing an excellent job. Make sure Storm couldn't get to that rune, but at the end of the day, Storm still gets the rune because he knows it's here. It was definitely worth it going forward. Even if he would have got really low, he would have got a regen. He could have used it anyway. So far mid, Storm doing a really good job of going against Rubick. He has his whole entire 13 last hits versus Rubick's 18 last hits. So actually Rubick doing an excellent job. Storm's been in a little bit of trouble. Can't really zip away. Rubick doing a whole bunch of damage. F doing a good job being aggressive. The Storm actually pulls on top of F. F taking a whole bunch of damage. Will Storm be able to get the kill? No, he will not be able to. First blood goes to F, and F does go down to the tower. So Storm almost able to claim that kill.
Radiant's middle tower is not safe.
Convincingly, and by convincingly I mean like you know, by the skin of his teeth. But he did at the end of the day fall down, and he wasn't able to live. And there we go. Oh, see, that brought my hopes up. The item shop came up, and then it went away. But like I was saying before, Iron Branches take up a lot of space. And actually up top, we see some action going on, but Storm's not paying attention to it. So Supernova, oh wait, he looks up. He's thinking about rotating up top to go for the ganks. And then he casually walks on back mid with his Invis rune in bottom. Pops his Invis rune, wants to go for the free kill, has the overload charge already. So he's probably throw a right click, throw out a pull, and then throw out some right clicks. We have rotation coming from Lion. There goes the combination. Rubick taking a whole bunch of damage. No telekinesis just yet. Gets turned into a frog, gets spiked up by Lion, and Storm Spirit doing all the damage in a row. I think Rubick stole an ability before he died, but he couldn't steal fast enough. And he did go down, Lion able to catch a kill on top of that. Supernova thanking Lion for that rotation. Presumably, but a really good engagement on top of Rubick. So far, the middle lane has been pretty much even. Storm, his farm is behind Rubick's because Rubick has been able to use a zap and just get a little bit more harassment on top of Storm. But now Storm's level 6. Rubick has to be extremely careful because Storm is just such an explosive hero. He can just jump from the middle of nowhere and just jump on top of you and kill you. So anyway. So as far as other interesting things to talk about in this game, there's a Bloodseeker, guys. There's a freaking Bloodseeker on the side of the Raident, which is Storm Spirit side, which means that combination, it's almost on par with like a Storm Spirit or a Bloodseeker Zeus or a Bloodseeker Spirit Breaker, where Bloodseeker Invoker, not really Spirit Breaker. I don't think Spirit Breaker can target people while they are found out by the blood, and the Lion just claimed himself a kill over in the bottom lane, so doing a good job. Oh no, sorry, up in the top lane. So doing a good job rotating around. He's a roaming support by the looks of it because we have a solo Lifestealer who's actually in the jungle farming.
Denied.
That's what I was saying. Is like it's kind of on par with the like an Invoker Bloodseeker where you can basically see where anybody is low and you can just drop that Sunstrike. Storm Spirit, same concept. He can see when somebody's low, get as close as he needs to, and then zip in for the rest of the distance and go for an easy kill. So we might be seeing some interesting ganks happen from there. The question is, how aware is Supernova of his surroundings when all this happens? So taking a look at the graphs, because that's all I really can change. We have our kills, that's an assist. 2-0-0 on Lion because he's been rotating like a boss. He has 60% of his team's kills. He's actually rotating towards mid. We see Lion going for a gank on top of Rubick. Rubick does back away. I hear Lifestealer in the jungle, but he's fine. And there's also an Invis rune up on Mirana by the looks of it. She's right next to an Observer. We're coming out from the Radiant. She's walking on the side. The gank will be happening here very soon. Storm and Lion are posed mid, but Rubick has support in the form of Windranger, but of course Storm doesn't know this. We have map packs, guys. We get to see all of this. Mirana is just trying to line up the arrow. Once she does land the arrow, that's going to be the cue to go. She's going to back away. I think Invision is about to run out on her. Can't really tell. But Storm should be concerned here very soon. Yes, the Invision did wear out. We got a Windranger rotating towards us, so she did scout out the Mirana just barely. Actually, maybe she didn't. She's going to get caught up by the Storm. Storm tries to do the pull. Gets the pull on top of Windranger. The arrow does miss from Mirana, but doesn't matter. The spike lands from Lion. She gets turned into a frog. Dead. Windranger is dead, and Rubick stole... I think Rubick stole the pull. I'm not sure if Rubick stole the pull, but we got Ogre Magi coming in like a boss. Does get the kill on top of Lifestealer. Easiest kill of his life. Lifestealer not able to get into the ramp fast enough. But he does take all the damage. I'm still curious to see what spell Rubick stole. And by far from Storm Spirit, the best spell for Rubick to steal is, to me, is the Static Remnant. Because Rubick, he does like the poses and stuff. It's pretty awesome. When you see him do all his poses and crap. So when Storm now has enough go for his power trades, he can go ahead and transition to those. I have been seeing this more and more, where Storm Spirits build power trades instead of arcane boots, and I think it's mainly sourced out of the fact that they're expecting to get themselves a very fast Orc of Malevolence, which is cool. No, actually, hold on, we got an engagement happening now on top of Lion. Storm's just going to go ahead and watch his ally die. Rubick stole something. Rubick stole Earth Spike, and that is a dead Lion, so easy kill of their life. Supernova, thank you for being the caster for now, because I got to see something awesome. Well, not saying you're not doing awesome, by the way, but I'm just saying, you know. Storm Spirit debating where he's going to go. I would like to see a TP down bottom, but it looks like he's going to be going top. Abaddon is level 6, so he does have his ult, so they have to be really careful about how they initiate on top of him, because as soon as Storm gets a pull on top of him, Abaddon is going to be pulling on back. There we go, the ulti does get activated by Abaddon. Storm Spirit zips forward, shows himself, pulls Abaddon anyway. Abaddon, not enough time for him to survive. He does go down. Bloodseeker dropped the ult as well, so easy kill. Nice little combination coming up from them. And at the end of the day, Abaddon ulti not enough to scare away Storm. Windranger around the corner, Ogre Magi as well. Power shot does fly through on top of Bloodseeker, Storm, Supernova, and Bloodseeker will be backing away because they're not sure how many people are up here. Meanwhile, if you look at the mini-map, you see that Lion and Mirana are walking around to the backside. Lion has an image rune that will give him some nasty positioning, and Mirana, she's coming close by, so Earth Spike into arrow from Mirana is going to be easiest kill of the life. Meanwhile, arrow from Mirana does fly. Ogre Magi just barely jukes it, but he gets turned into a frog anyway by Lion. I think Mirana really should have waited, because Abaddon's thing would have followed up. Beautiful shot can come up from Windranger. Supernova in a lot of trouble. He's going to be backing away along with the rest of his crew. 4 people up top. Bloodseeker smells no blood by the looks of it. Arrow from Mirana flies anyway, and arrow from Rubick flies, and it lands on top of Supernova on that Storm Spirit. Poor Storm Spirit. He has a life steal inside of him though. And I think Lifestealer should be fine. No, Storm should be fine. Illusions do get killed. And Storm Spirit debating on where he should go. But he is building himself Orc of Malevolence. Yes! I love this that you can see what they have queued up. Because I remember a time where you couldn't see what they put anywhere else. And you couldn't really see what they clicked on. Like you saw them in that general area, but you didn't know what was there. Arrow from Rubick does fly, lands on top of Supernova. This looks like this is a point for these guys to initiate Bloodseeker. Not Bloodseeker. Rubick stole something. I think Rubick stole silence, but Supernova does go down. Lifestealer just casually walks away. Will Supernova be doing anything crazy like buying back? The answer is probably not, but he can. He's poised to. Because he does have these hand. Taking a look at that kill, death, and assist counter, trying to see who's where. Rubick 2, 2, 2. Lifestealer. His ally is only, I think it was 1, I don't know, 2, 1 and something. But Storm Spirit decides to build up the next piece of his Orc of Malevolence. And yeah, sorry, the rest of the grass, right? So we can talk about everybody else. What's happening in the world. Slark has a massive amount of last hits. That's going to be an extremely scary thing, because Slark can get a Shadow Blade really fast, and then to Scotty, which is what Slarks usually build. Then he just destroy everybody on the map all day long, including Storm Spirit. And he doesn't have to spend that much mana for it. Anyways, Rubick does get a nice little ability on top of Storm. Storm's going to dodge a whole bunch of damage, but he can't really run all that far. He needs to be very careful about how he uses his mana now. Trying to do all he can to juke out of it. He does finally get rid of the Bloodseeker ult, and he'll be able to zip on out. So that's one of the benefits of being a Storm. Yes, your ulti costs a lot of mana, but you can dodge a whole bunch of things. And very great play coming out from Supernova. Very good use of that ulti to back away. And he just dodged a gank. He's dodged a gank and a half, essentially. But by the looks of it, they will be losing that bottom tower unless they get some TP support coming down there. Because I don't think anybody can really deal with Slark just yet, except for Bloodseeker. He actually smells blood right now. Not too sure on who, I can't tell in this view. Oh, he smells blood on Slark. Oh man, okay, wow, okay. So Bloodseeker versus Slark. Slark cannot regen. Slark can't regen because Bloodseeker can see him when he gets really low. That's going to be an extremely, extremely annoying thing for him. He's going to have to TP all the way back to base just to heal up so he can continue to heal up. So there you go, guys. A counter to Slark is a Bloodseeker. Just leave him alive on the map, and Slark can't regen anything. He can't run super fast. He needs to be very careful. And speaking of being very careful, Storm Spirit spots himself out at Windranger in the jungle. He could initiate on that if he wanted to. Goes and picks up his Lifestealer. Goes and picks up his extra source of damage. They find the Rubick on the high ground, or so on the other side of the river. Will they initiate on this? A big question. And they will go for it. He's going to zip right on top of Rubick. Rubick taking a whole bunch of damage. Mirana ulti does go through as well, just to make sure these guys can get away. Bloodseeker smells blood. Throws on his ulti on top of blood. Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi not going too terribly low, but doesn't really matter. These guys are going to come on top of him anyway, taking a whole bunch of damage. There's a supernova. No, sorry. Lifestealer is going to be able to get the kill. TP support does come in. Slark is trying to do a whole bunch of damage. Pops his ulti just to get some more heal and try to make sure these guys can't find him. Bloodseeker taking a whole bunch of damage. If he goes down, Slark has free reign. And yes, he does officially have free reign for 34 seconds. They're chasing the Storm, who has no apparent mana to actually escape anything. He's waiting for the leash from Slark. He will be able to zip on out of this, but I don't think he'll be able to make it out on alive because he does have all the damage coming out from these guys, and he has no more mana left. Supernova going down. Sadly, he doesn't have enough regen. He does have a big pull, but he doesn't have enough regen just yet. I'm actually kind of disappointed to see he didn't buy his buy at least his quarterstaff. Wait, actually no, he had I thought I saw 1,000 and something gold, but he only had 100 and unless it's on the courier. I don't think it's on the courier. Anyway, he's checking out everybody, seeing Rubick build himself a Dagon or a 4-staff, likely a 4-staff. Storm's going to continue to farm Supernova. Has been involved in quite a little bit of action, which is why I wanted to follow Storm and not
Dire's top tower
Rubick.
Isn't well at the moment.
Because I just feel like Storm Spirit is going to be doing a little bit more. I mean, he's going to be zipping around the map. So yeah, guys. For the casters out there who are going to be doing the trial number 3, which is locked POV, like I said, it's not really designed to be all that exciting because, I mean, you're following one person. You're watching what they do. I mean, it's pretty obvious to see that they're going to go for this, or if it's going to fail, or if it's going to win. Back to the home, we see a team fight happen in mid. We got a dead Windranger, Windranger getting a kill on top of the line in the middle. Storm's is going to continue to push on down bottom while his team is fighting on mid. They're back in the way. They're going to be able to run out of that one, and the Dire did claim themselves a kill. Looks like they took a bit of damage, though. Can't really tell because I can't see the HP bars here, but Lifestealer plus Storm are going to be pushing down bottom.
Under attack.
And Lifestealer's ulti's up, so you can't just jump inside a Storm and escape if any shenanigans happen. And speaking of shenanigans, Bloodseeker gets a kill on top of Rubick.
Bottom tower is
in
on its
mid.
way further
Sadly,
down.
we can't see it because Storm's not looking at it. Supernova just concentrating on his own things. Wants to go for the kill on top of this. I'm not sure if Slark is the best person to go for. But Bloodseeker is alive though, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. With Bloodseeker alive, that means Slark cannot regen if he gets too terribly low. And these guys can nuke him down fast enough. Him being Slark. If they can nuke Slark down fast enough, then they can easily kill Slark. So we're going to get some more farm. Working on, looks to be a quarterstaff next, and then Sage's Mask. I would much prefer to see him go for a Sage's Mask so he can actually have some regen. I mean, it won't be impressive. It'll raise it by like 1.5 or 1.25 or something like that. But it'll be a little bit more than he has now. Actually, Slark walks into the jungle. He does see the Storm, and they're not going to initiate on top of this because they did lose the jump that they had. And Slark's moving a little bit too fast. TP does come top. Windranger does go down up top. Abaddon's here. Abaddon's going to be getting engaged upon Mirana. Ulti does fly just to make sure these guys can chase the Abaddon and make sure they don't do any more damage. Abaddon going to go ahead and start TPing out because he knows he's not necessarily invincible, but he is healing up. So very good play coming out from him. He TP'd all the way back home, and he is fine now. But Mirana ulti was used. No initiation happened mid by the looks of it. Looks like they attempted something though. Storm actually on mana. Bloodseeker gets himself a kill on top of Rubick once again. Rubick not having the best of days versus a Bloodseeker, but really what's Rubick going to do except for 4-staff and die?
He's not on top of things. Radiant's bottom tower.
So the hero level is showing that Bloodseeker's level 11, level 2 of his ulti means a lot more damage per movement and also a lot more burst damage.
Radiant's
I
bottom
would take a look at him,
tower
but that would kind of break the code of the whole entire
Radiant's bottom
POV,
tower
I guess.
is gone with the wind.
Oh, my feet. Oh, there. Ah, my legs. I was sitting in the most uncomfortable position possible, if you guys were wondering. I was like, my legs, I was like sitting on my legs. It was weird. Anyway, you had to see it to understand. Envious Rune once again on Mirana. Either that or she has a Shadow Blade. Which I can't tell. Oh wait, I can tell. Haha, F5. Mirana has no Shadow Blade, just Invis runes galore for her. No sentries, actually mid. Well, the Dire which I'm actually a little bit surprised about. But Supernova on that Storm Spirit going to go once again on top of Abaddon, whose ulti's up. Storm doesn't have the most mana, so he needs some more support. I think he needs somebody to TP up here to help him out. Especially when you have the rotations coming out from the Dire. They're relatively close to Abaddon. Whereas Abaddon, his ulti will pop, he'll be able to stall long enough and maybe run towards his allies, and they'll be able to get the kill on top of both Lifestealer and Storm. But they're going to go for it anyway. Storm Spirit is going to take some damage, get off the after pop of shield, throws out the damage. Abaddon taking a whole bunch of HP loss. Mirana's going to be here. She can't throw out the arrow. The TP will be coming through an Abaddon. Arrow from Mirana just barely missed. Oh my gosh, talk about a very close call. Meanwhile, we had a fight happen in mid. Lion got himself a kill on top of one person, but it looks like they lost a Bloodseeker to all the creep damage. So Bloodseeker not able to get any last hits on top of anybody. But Abaddon almost able to get out of there. Storm Spirit really needs his Orchids. Really needs his Orchids. Just, well, okay. His Orchids won't stop Abaddon from TPing out, but he will be able to initiate with it as opposed to initiating with his pull.
Radiant's middle tower is not
so if Storm Spirit initiates with his Orchids instead of his pull, then that basically means that Abaddon can't cast his afterpop shield anyway. Takes a bunch of damage, and then when his ulti finally does go through, he tries to TP out. Storm can just pop a pull and get a kill on top of Abaddon. He won't be able to stop the ulti though, because Abaddon's ulti works even if he's stunned, or even stuns. And meanwhile, we have a Storm Spirit pulling on top of Rubick on mid. Rubick taking a whole bunch of damage, but Storm Spirit taking a whole bunch of damage as well. Supernova getting chain stunned like a boss. Does go down. The middle tower is denied, but I don't think it'll really be enough. Slark death packs off the silence, and he'll be fine. Meanwhile, we have Lifestealer up top, trying to get some slap damage on top of Abaddon, whose ulti's back up again. Jeez, what is that cooldown on that thing? Wish I could tell, guys. Wish I could tell, but I can't. Alright, so as far as items around the map, we see Storm Spirit, Power Treads, Orc of Malevolence, of course. Did we expect anything different? I mean, we've kind of been staring at him for this whole entire game. Bloodseeker did go for that Sanj and Yasha, which is, I mean, yeah, it's just, Sanj and Yasha in general is a mediocre item combination, or mediocre item, as in the sense that it gives you, it costs, relative to the cost of it, doesn't give you a whole lot. I mean, the Sanj is a really good item by itself, the Yasha is a really good item by itself, but buying both of them, it's kind of like, it might as well spend your gold on something useful, like a BKB or a Medallion to Courage or something like that. But that said, a Sanj does give you some really nice HP, and the Maim is really nice, and the Yasha gives Bloodseeker the move speed necessary to make sure that he can move as fast as possible when his ulti, or sorry, when he does smell blood, which means that he can get into a better position to kill people. And speaking of Sanj and Yasha, we see Abaddon apparently building up a Sanj and Yasha as well. You know, we got a mid, Mirana taking a whole bunch of damage. She does go down, her ulti did go off though. So these guys can rotate in and try to claim a kill on top of this, or try to claim some revenge for their ally. But I don't really know if they'll be able to do it. Meanwhile, we have Lifestealer, jumps inside Storm Spirit. These both are ready to jump in, ready to go for the kill. Need to be very careful because there is no other support. They need the arrow from Mirana, to be honest, in order before they can actually do anything. Meanwhile, we have illusions of Slark. Meanwhile, Slark and crew are in the jungle of the Raident. Raident need to be very careful, very cautious about where they go from here on out. But Storm and Lifestealer, they should be able to escape. Lifestealer just has to be careful about when he jumps out. He needs to make sure that he sees only what he needs to, or he sees everything he needs to see. Now we got Storm Spirit getting initiated, and we got Rubick getting the nice little telekinesis on Storm. Storm instantly exploding, and Lifestealer going to explode as well. Like I said, Lifestealer needs to wait and be patient about when he jumps in. He does take a whole bunch of damage, does go down. Rubick stole, I think he stole arrow, I'm not too sure, but he stole something. And now we got the chase is going to be happening. We got Mirana trying to run away. Bloodseeker smells blood right now. He smells it on top of that Ogre Magi. Sadly, he's not Mirana. And Mirana does walk backwards, does take a whole bunch of damage. Windranger going to stand still, take a whole bunch of damage. Bloodseeker going to try to get this kill to Ogre Magi. If he can get it, he can keep fighting, but looks like he will not be able to claim it, and that'll be essentially a team wipe. The only person left alive is the Lion, because he was not really involved in those fights. But all in all, I mean, the strategy coming out from the Dire, it's a little bit stronger than the ones coming out from the Radiant at this current point in time. And the main reason for that, honestly, is because of the mobility of Slark. Yeah, Storm is extremely mobile, but it costs him a lot to be mobile. Whereas Slark, all he has to do is just, I don't know, just get out of vision. Make sure he's not low HP, he's fine. He can just go ahead and kill whoever the heck he wants. Also, like I said, I think Lifestealer is a bit underfarmed. He did not go for a hand of Midas, so his gold income is not going to be as it's not going to explode from the middle of nowhere like we usually see sometimes from Lifestealers. He is actually going for a Sange and then probably to a Heaven's Halberd, which is a nice item choice to go for. Sange, like I said, is a very efficient use of your gold. It gives you some nice strength. It gives you the maim as well, which is really nice when you're getting those right clicks off and trying to chase somebody. But Sange and Yasha on Lifestealer, at this point in time, I don't know if it'll be a good choice. I think it's a little bit late for race car Lifestealer. I think Lifestealer needs to start going for his damage. Anyway, Abaddon taking a whole bunch of damage. He's going to go ahead and heal on up while he runs away. Forgot he was Abaddon. Kept running. Heals on up. He's fine. Meanwhile, we got a Death Appearance getting popped by Ogre Magi. A lot of damage going towards Ogre Magi. He does go down. Bloodseeker got himself nice little abilities on that. Meanwhile, Storm trying to look for a way to go for the kill. They do find a... No, they do not find a Slark. Slark popped his ulti. He will be gaining a whole bunch of HP. And there's a beautiful shackle for Windranger. Dear God, these shackles, I swear. The shackles have been racking the whole entire Raident side. They've been turning these fights like crazy. That's the second time Stormer's been caught instead of a shackle like that. And he is down 2, 6, and 5 is what his kill, death, and assist are. And he only has an jump ulti on it.
Radiant's middle tower may need a hand.
Meanwhile, Lifestealer gonna get dove on. Abaddon has no ulti, but he doesn't really need an ulti when he's that manly. Lifestealer could have turned and tried to kill Abaddon. Or try to look for the damage on Abaddon, but probably didn't want to risk Abaddon's ulti coming up. Actually, it just came up, so by the time Lifestealer would have got Abaddon low enough, Abaddon's ulti would have procced, and he would have been fine. So
Radiant's top tower needs bandages.
Man, talk about a very, very exciting game from a very unexciting perspective. Storm Spirit, yeah, it's probably the more exciting perspectives on the Raident side. But anyway, Abaddon taking a whole bunch of damage. They need to be careful because his ulti's up. He does not go down. Lion ulti not able to do enough to kill him fast enough. Meanwhile, Storm trying to see if he can pick off anybody before they runs away. Abaddon's ulti is on cooldown for now. Slark, he did buy himself a Shadow Blade by the looks of it, because he was just standing still invisible. Yes.
Radiant's bottom tower has a nasty situation.
And the Hand of Midas is on the side of the Dire are actually pretty nice. Slark has a Hand of Midas to help help fill in the gold that he's missing when he's trying to run around from his gates and doesn't get him. Abaddon also get himself a Hand of Midas just because he wants more big gold, big items. He'll likely go into AC Heart if I am not mistaken, because you just want to have a lot of HP as Abaddon. If you can have a lot of HP, that basically makes it extremely difficult for people to get you low. And then by the time they finally do get you low, I mean, you just heal up all that HP at once and you just kill everybody. And speaking of killing everybody, Lifestealer does go toe-to-toe with Slark. Slark does pop his ulti. Lifestealer not really finding targets. He's going to go ahead and jump stop a creep. Mirana does throw her ulti out, or does throw a stun out. Stun does miss by the looks of it, but it looks like the creep is on the Raident side, and Lifestealer is going to be fine. He will be jumping out, gives himself a little bit of HP, but not enough to really warrant him being safe. And now we got Bloodseeker taking a whole bunch of stun, takes a whole bunch of damage. Supernova not really sure where to go in for the kill on that Storm Spirit. And he's actually going to back away. Mirana forced to pop her ulti. Death Appearance gets popped out by Ogre Magi. These guys are relentless. The Storm Spirit going to be able to make out some line, but at the cost of all of his mana. And I said before that all he has are double orchids, but he actually only has one orchids. I mean, Abaddon really wants his kill. His ulti's up. He's ready to go for the kill, ready to pounce. Not going to be able to find anything. Going to just casually walk away.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And return to his team and continue pushing towers.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So, I mean, as far as the gold graph goes, you guys can see the Dire have been having the advantage, and it's pretty obvious as to why the ganks, like I said, from the Raident have not been as efficient as the ganks coming out from the Dire. Slark, he's pretty much a one-man ganking machine, which is why I like him. Ogre Magi, he also meshes very well with getting this counter initiation. Same thing for Windranger. She's been getting all of her shackles all in the right places. Rubick Storms on something. Bloodseeker smells blood. He's gonna go hunting for somebody. I think he found a wild. Did he find Slark? No. Switch over to Slark. No, he did not find Slark.
Dire's middle tower is
Bloodseeker does smell blood right now. Yes, he does. I'm not sure on who. TP does come mid. Lifestealer gonna go up top, trying to kill Abaddon by himself. Abaddon ulti is on cooldown, so if Lifestealer can't. Oh no, he's gonna go farm. Never mind. So I say, so if Lifestealer can get there fast enough, he can go for the kill. So we have an illusion of Lifestealer going to head into the Rose
Dire's
Pit.
top tower isn't well at the moment.
Make sure no shenanigans are going on. And speaking of shenanigans, that's right guys, shenanigans, not shenanigans. We see an Invis room get picked up by a lion. Well, we don't see it, but if you look at the mini-map and compare colors, you can see a lion picked up an Invis room. I'm just going to go do a little bit of scouting of his own. Needs to be a little bit careful of that, because I think by this time somebody will start building a gym on the side of the Dire, just a D ward, or possibly get those counter, or get those easy catches when Mirana pumps her ulti. Just makes it a little bit easier, but Death Appearance is safer. Speaking of items, we see on the side of the Dire, who are the richer side, we see Slark does have himself a Lincoln Sphere, which is heavy stuff because he can basically dodge an ulti from Bloodseeker. He can dodge the ulti from Storms, or he can dodge the pull from Storm. He can dodge a frog from Lion. And to be honest, with the amount of targets that the whole entire Dire side have, a Lincoln Sphere on Slark, even though he's a very important target, is still a really good item choice because, yeah, he's an important target, but you also have to worry about you also have to worry about the Rubick, who's getting his telekinesis and also stealing arrows all the time. You have to worry about Abaddon, who's just wrecking all kinds of havoc, and if you don't focus him, he's going to focus you and kill you eventually. Ogre Magi, same thing. He has those big stuns, so you need to make sure he doesn't get those off. And Windranger, those power shots have been deadly. So, Slark having a Lincoln Sphere, I mean, you can only spare about one spell on him, because between all 5 people on the side of the Radiant, they have Storm Spirit's Kill, which is a stun. They have Bloodseeker's Silence, which is kind of like a light disable. Lifestealer has his Open Wounds, which, yeah, they probably want to use on Ogre Magi or Rubick to make sure they don't run away. Mirana has her Arrow, and Lion has his Frog plus his Stun. That's about 6, maybe 7 different things that they can use, and there's about 5 important people inside of the Radiant. So basically what I'm trying to say is the chances that they'll use all of their disables on Slark at the same time is highly unlikely, because if you use all your disables on Slark, then Abaddon's going to do what he wants, and you don't want that to happen. Especially now Abaddon has a Basher, Heaven's Halberd, or sorry, Basher, Sanjiasha, and also a Mask.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Oh yeah, sorry, Windranger has some Force Staff, and Ogre Magi working on a Force Staff, or an Agony Scepter. One of the two. Can't really tell. And also, Rubick has Dagon, so he did go for Dagon.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
That'll be Dagon level 2 in his inventory.
Radiant's top barracks have fallen.
But it's really looking like a hopeless game for the Radiant.
Had no chance.
It's about the time where they can just start chilling in Fountain, because I don't think they can really go out and fight. Really don't think they can go out and fight. If they do go out their base, they're gonna all die. We got Abaddon just bravely coming on towards their Fountain, just playing bodyguard. Make sure nobody does anything suspicious. Storm Spirit does zip in, catches himself Abaddon, pulls him in. Abaddon going to be taking a little bit of damage, trying to get his ult to the proc, but man, look at the... Jeez. If they can take his mana though, if they can take all of Abaddon's mana, that'll be a big thing for them. They can actually kill Abaddon before his ulti comes on, because he won't have enough mana to pop it, but Lion was not able to sap enough. I think he only has level 2, maybe level 3 of that. Yeah, level 3 of that mana sap thing.
Radiant's middle tower was smashed into pieces.
And now Abaddon's getting all healed up. Storm Spirit zips in once again, pulls Abaddon, trying to get the damage off. Does get some damage off, but not enough to actually make Abaddon get low enough.
On its way further down.
And a Basher just went on a Slark, so...
Radiant's middle barracks need a hero. Dire's bottom tower.
Abaddon's going to casually walk into their place and just do a whole bunch of damage. Gets stunned up. Does eat an arrow, but he's going to still do all his damage anyway. He does have Aegis, I think. No, he doesn't have Aegis. I thought they were Roche. But Abaddon donating his life because, hey, he's Abaddon. He has buyback, so he's fine.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant has
Abaddon made a liar out of me.
structures.
Abaddon doesn't have buyback. But in the next 2 towers, he'll definitely have buyback. If these guys do claim 2 towers. So Storm Spirit zipping forward, finally catches a spin on that Windranger, doing a whole bunch of damage, getting the pick off that he deserves. Does get the kill on top of her at the end of the day, but gets stunned up by Ogre Magi. He's going to casually run away. They're going to part the way. He's just respectively walk away. Rubick, I think he pops his ultimate on Bloodseeker, ironically. So Blood can't really do anything to stand still. Storm Spirit is still going for the damage on top of Ogre Magi, getting those chain stuns. Does finally get the kill on top of Ogre Magi. Slark does get the Lincoln Sphere popped by a Lion, but not enough. And Mirana ulti will be saving the life of the Storm Spirit, who was about to get initiated on. He did not have enough mana to zip all the way back to base. But his Orchis is finally finished up, as we saw in the fight that just happened with Windrunner. And imagine if he would have had his Orchids a long time ago, because, I mean, if he would have had his Orchids maybe at about, let's say, the 15 to 20 minute mark, he might have been able to actually get some better ganks off on people like Slark or Abaddon, because every time they went for a kill on top of Abaddon, he literally popped his Athapathic Shield, or let his ulti go off, popped his Athapathic Shield, and then TP'd out, which means he was perfectly fine. Because by the time you crunch through the Athapathic Shield, you have to worry about his healing, because you have to burn through that Athapathic Shield for it fast, because you have 4 seconds. His ulti has, let's say he had about 5 seconds left inside of that. So I mean, even if you did catch him with some right clicks, I mean, you would break Athapathic Shield and do like 2 ticks of damage, and then he'll TP back to base. At worst, Abaddon would have taken, or Abaddon's ult 2 would have wore out, and he would have been able to do, or sorry, he would have been able to take a little bit more damage. Anyway, Storm Spirit doing a whole bunch of damage, does go down. Rubick going to be going down to the Slark, or sorry, to the Lion, coming out from the ulti. Now Slark's going to be doing a whole bunch of damage, does get stunned up. Storm Spirit is staring at nothing, trying to follow his ally. Will Lion make it out alive is the big question. Looks like he will not be able to. That last hit bash, I swear guys, whenever I play against a Slark who has a basher, that first hit's always a bash. So Lion very lucky that only that second hit was a bash. It looks like Storm saying, F all of this, I'm going to go for Dagon 5. So he's going to start building all that. Let's see if he sells everything and goes
Radiant's
for it.
middle tower.
Oh man, look at this double Sanji Yasha up
Radiant's
on
middle tower
Bloodseeker.
is not safe.
Wait, am I looking at one person?
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Abaddon going full name mode, doing a whole bunch of damage to Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker does not go down. He does get the kill on top of that Abaddon. Actually, no, Abaddon just dies. The Bloodseeker's nearby. Anyway, the Ancient's going to be exploding here very soon.
Radiant's
And that'll be it.
Victory.
That'll be it. So all in all, our hero that we followed, 5, 7, and 6, Rudy, I'm a little sad to see that he didn't win. I was rooting for the Raident the whole time. Probably because I was following Supernova. But anyway, yes, that is the end of the game, guys. So my name is CulBlu. I just watched you guys my trial number 3, the locked PLV trial. Like I said, this trial is not really designed thinking of entertainment in mind, but it's up to the caster at the end of the day to make this a more exciting thing than what it might actually be. Because spending the whole game staring at what somebody else is looking at, probably not the most fun thing. I could have been looking at all those team fights and been more exciting. But anyway, the nature of the trials, guys. Sorry. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys whenever.